Welcome, everybody, to the Wildcatter Suites on the University of Wyoming for this edition of the WyoSports video blog talking about the University of Wyoming's football game this Saturday with the University of Oregon. Robert, the number 2 ranked University of Oregon. Wyoming's had a great start to the season, 2-0, but they go from the frying pan to the fire this week, playing number 2 on their home field.
As the kids like to say these days, it gets real now. And
it does.
Cowboys, I think it's encouraging. They're 2-0, won their first conference game in comfort behind fashion last week. I'm sure the confidence is high. They feel good, but now the challenges and the tests get real. I mean, this number 2 Oregon is a legitimate number 2. This isn't a fluke. They're obviously great on offense, fast paced. But you know what? These guys, the Ducks can play some defense. And when you got an offense, you got a defensive line that's a 3-4, but they're all 6'8", 290 pounds or bigger, and that's just unbelievable. That's why Oregon's one of the nation's elite, and they're certainly showing it so far. One
thing I think is a key for this week for Wyoming, see if you agree, just go there and have fun. I mean, you're the underdog. You're a big-time underdog. I think 43 points we saw. My feeling is, you know what? You got nothing to lose. Just go have fun. Maybe do some stuff you don't normally do, some trick plays. Try to make it as interesting as possible. What's your thoughts on this?
Well, I think there's something to that of going in there with the nothing to lose attitude, but also Wyoming has to go in there and be Wyoming. It can't start doing things that it's not accustomed to doing. I mean, you can throw a couple wrinkles in there offensively and defensively. I mean, that's just part of game planning. But if Wyoming goes in there, single wing T or starts double reverse passing all over the place, that's not what this football team is. So I think they got it, just like anyone else, they got to have a game plan to win and to be successful, at least what they think will put their players in the best spots to be successful, and then go from there. I mean, yeah, you should have fun. There's very few opportunities to play the number 2 ranked team in the country. This is only the second time a Wyoming team has played a team ranked that high. But also, the Cowboys can't be who they're not. If they start getting into that game, I think they're going to get themselves in trouble.
Okay, so give me a scenario where Wyoming can be in the game, let's say in the second half, maybe in the fourth quarter. What has to happen for Wyoming to be relatively within this game, having a chance to compete in the second half?
I think it's going to start on defense and having that defensive line kind of be the premise and kind of establish itself, get some stops when it can. And the offense maybe trying to possess the ball and keep that Oregon offense off the field. I don't know how that's going to work, but if it can be fairly close in the fourth quarter, I think the closer the game is for Oregon, maybe they get a little tighter, although they didn't show it last week against Michigan State when Michigan State's leading in the second half and then Oregon flips a switch. But if Wyoming can just stay close, have some success early, not get themselves in a big hole, see what happens in the second half. We've seen in the last 2 weeks what Wyoming can do in the second half of games. If they can keep it close, take their chances, but that's going to be a tall task on Saturday.
I know Oregon players and coach have talked about no letdown, but I got a feeling there's going to be a little bit for Oregon this week, coming off that emotional win over Michigan State. I think a key for Wyoming, starting fast, starting quick, getting into the game quickly, I think that will be a big key for Wyoming this weekend.
Whether it's a defensive stop early or a positive offensive possession, hopefully with points, that'll be big. Now, granted, you got to play 60 minutes of football against Oregon to have a chance. And again, last week against Michigan State, we were up in the press box before the Air Force game thinking this is upset alert, and Oregon just rolled it. But if Wyoming can have success early, build a little confidence, that could go a long way to maybe building more confidence down the road. But again, it won't be easy at Autzen.
Wyoming will see maybe the best collegiate football player in the country this week in Marcus Mariota. What do you got to do against a quarterback like that can run it, can throw it, he controls everything? I mean, he's basically their entire offense.
Try to keep him inside the pocket if you can, but that's not an easy task. Once he gets outside and able to make plays with his feet and his arm, Wyoming's going to be in trouble. I think they got to do a good job along the perimeter as well, whether it's Mariota, they do a lot of bubble screens and stuff like that to get their skill guys in space. They just got to be really good along the perimeter and tackle better along the perimeter, especially in the secondary. Wyoming struggles in those areas. It's going to be a tough day.
All right, we said 43-point spread. Give me a prediction. Do they cover the spread? Do they keep it close? This feels like it has the potential to be a rough afternoon for the University of Wyoming.
I hope I'm wrong. I think it will be a rough afternoon for the Cowboys. I think they'll show some signs. This team just isn't ready to be going on the road to play the number 2 ranked team in the country. I'll have Oregon 45, Wyoming 6.
Okay, I think along those same lines, I'm going to say 56-10 Oregon. It's a game that Wyoming fans shouldn't worry about. This will not tell Wyoming fans about this team. I think that comes in the coming weeks. I think main thing, Wyoming get out healthy, right? Be healthy for the rest of the season.
You want to be, but you want that in any game. I think you got to be careful with that mentality. Let's just go there and not get hurt. Look, you can get hurt anywhere. You got to go in there. Wyoming's going to have a game plan to try to win the game. That's what their mindset has to be. And they do their best on the field. That's all you can ask. But if you go in with the mindset, let's just not get hurt, that's when you will get hurt.
All right.
That'll wrap up this edition of the WyoSports video blog. For more on Wyoming football and University of Wyoming sports, see the Wyoming Tribune Eagle and Laramie Boomerang, and also check back to wyosports.net. Thank you, everyone.